All right, number 34. First thing you want to do is the denominators are different. So therefore my common denominator is x plus 1, x minus 1. So that means I'm going to multiply. Look here, these are already has that, so therefore it needs the x minus 1. So put that up here. Here, this one has the x minus 1, so therefore it must have the x plus 1. Extend the line. All right. You notice here the x plus 1's cancel out. So you're left with negative 3 times x minus 1. Here, x minus 1's cancel out, so you're left with 4 times x plus 1. Multiply it out. All right, this is linear. Linear means I get x by itself. So I'm going to add 3x to both sides. And then subtract 4. And then divide by 7. All right? Now, in the original problem, I have a variable in the denominator. So therefore, I have to check my solutions because the denominator cannot equal to 0. All right? So I plug negative 1, 7 in for x. That does not go to 0, so we're good there. And it does not go to 0 there, so that's good. So therefore, negative 1, 7 is a solution. Number 36. Okay, my common denominator is 2x plus 7 and x minus 1. So I'm going to multiply both sides by that. So 2x plus 7, x minus 1. 2x plus 7 and x minus 1. Extend my lines here. Now the 2x plus 7's cancel. So you're left with x times x minus 1. X minus 1's cancel, so you're left with x minus 5 times 2x plus 7. So now you multiply everything out. Alright, so I get x squared minus x. FOIL over here, so I get 2x squared plus 7x minus 10x minus 35. All right, it's a quadratic, so therefore I gotta get everything on the same side. So I'm gonna bring this over here, add the x, so I get 0, x squared, 7x plus x is 8x, minus 10 is a negative 2x. All right, since it's a quadratic, I'm gonna factor this. Let's see, 1 and 35. Let's see, that's 5 and 7. So if I subtract, it will give me 2, so it'll be that. So it is factorable. If it was not factorable, I would use the quadratic formula. To be x and x, 7 and 5. Since we are subtracting, so that means one sign has to be positive, one has to be negative. And this tells me that the larger one, 7, has to be negative. So now I can set those equal to 0. So here I get x is equal to 7, x is equal to negative 5. Check my answers. So 7, all right, we're good there. That does not go to 0. Put negative 5, so negative 5 plus 2 is negative 10, so that's not 0, and that's not 0. So both answers are correct. Number 38. First thing you want to do is factor out the denominators. You always want to factor factors of 16 that if I add would give me 10, that's 8 and 2. All right, so here, these three will make up my common denominator. So I got to multiply this by x minus 8, x minus 2, and x plus 2. Same thing over here, x minus 8, x minus 2, and x plus 2. extend my lines. So I'm left with 2 times x minus 2 times x plus 2. X plus 2's cancel, so I'm left with 2 times x minus 8 and x minus 2. So I got FOIL, then distribute. So that's x squared minus 2x plus 2x minus 4. This is x squared minus 2x minus 8x plus 16. So before, let me clean this up. So that goes to 0. All right. This gives me negative 10x. So now I'll distribute. All right. Now we are quadratic, so therefore I gotta get everything on the same side. So let's subtract 2x squared. But you notice both of those cancel out. So all I have left is negative 8 equals negative 20x plus 36. So now it's linear. So that means I got to get x by itself, which it is. I got to subtract 36. Let's see, 36 and 8 is what? 37, 38, 39, 40. 1, 2, 3, 44. Negative 44. Use the fingers if you need to. Divide both sides by negative 20. So I got negative 44 over negative 20. Simplify that. So that gives me x is equal to positive. See, that's divisible by 4, so it'll be 11 over 5. Then when I plug it into the denominators up here, neither of them goes to 0, so therefore that is a solution. Number 40. Okay, so I'll multiply by 2 and x plus 2. 2 and x plus 2. Extend the lines. X plus 2's cancel, so I have 2 times x squared minus 3. The 2's cancel, I'm left with x minus 3 and x plus 2. Distribute. FOIL. So that's minus x minus 6. All right, this is a quadratic, so I got to get everything over to one side. So go ahead and subtract negative x squared. All right, so that gives me x squared minus 6 equals negative x minus 6. Add an x. So it's x squared plus x. Also add the 6. Gives me 0. All right, factor that. All right, so now we'll set these equal to 0. So there's x equals negative 1. So put 0 in there, that works. Put negative 1 in there, that works. In other words, I do not get 0 for the denominator. So both of these are solutions. Number 42. All right, so I'll multiply by x, x plus 2. X plus 2, extend, x times x minus 2 equals 3 times x plus 2. So distribute. Okay, it's quadratic, so I got everything over on the same side. So I'm going to subtract 3x. Subtract 6. All right, let's see if it's factorable. If it's not, I have to use the quadratic formula. Or if you want to use the quadratic formula, you can't. You don't have to factor. Okay, factors a 6. If I subtract, will give me 5. That's 6 and 1. So let's see here. So subtraction means one's positive, one's negative. This tells me the larger number has to be negative. All right, set each factor to 0, and then solve. All right, I'm back up here. 6 plus 2 is 8, and 6, that's not 0. Plug -1 in, that worked as well. So both of these are solutions. 44. All right, here I want to factor. This is difference of squares. All right, so my common denominator would be x plus 1, x minus 1, that's over 1. All right, so I'll multiply everything by x plus 1, x minus 1. X plus 1, x minus 1. X plus 1, x minus 1. Extend. Okay. So x plus 1's cancel, I'm left with 3x times x minus 1. Those cancel, you're left with 12. Nothing cancels there, so you're left with 2 times x plus 1, x minus 1. Distribute 3x squared minus 3x. FOIL, so that gives me x squared minus 1, and then distribute. So we do 2 times x squared, and then 2 times 1. It's a quadratic, so everything got to come to the same side. Subtract 2x squared. Right, so 12 minus 2 is 10. So I'm going to clear that. Subtract 10. So you got x squared minus 3x minus 10 is equal to 0. Factors of 10 that if I subtract will give me 3. So that's 5 and 2. We are subtracting, so that means one's positive, one's negative. So that would be negative, that would be positive. Set those equal to 0. So x is equal to 5 and x is equal to -2. Again, I'll plug it back here in the denominators. Both of them work. So therefore, what I mean by working is I do not get a 0 when I plug those values in. So therefore, these are solutions. Number 46. All right, we got factor first. Factor on x. All right, so my common denominator is just x, x minus 3. Multiply both sides by that. Extend. X is canceled, so I'm left with x minus 3 times x minus 4. Both of those cancel, I'm left with 6. So a FOIL, x squared minus 3x minus 4x plus 12. So it's x squared minus 7x plus 12 equals 6. So then I get x squared minus 7x plus 6 is equal to 0. Factors of 6 that if I add would give me 7. So that's 6 and 1. Since I'm adding, both signs are the same. And both will be subtraction. Set the factors equal to 0, and we have our two solutions. Again, I go back up here and plug them in. Do I get a 0 if I plug in 6 or 1? No. So therefore, both of these are solutions. 48. It's the difference of squares. We've got to factor that first. All right, so my common denominator is x minus 3, x plus 3. This is over 1. So x minus 3, x plus 3, x minus 3, x plus 3. X minus 3 is canceled, so I'm left with 2x and an x plus 3. Both of those, so I'm just left with the 3x. Nothing cancels there, so I have x minus 3, x plus 3. So I distribute. FOIL, so I end up getting x squared minus 9. So I distribute that. These are quadratics. So I got to get them on the same side. So when I do that, they'll end up canceling out. So I'm left with a linear problem. So that means I got to get x by itself. So I subtract 3x.